new. Meaning it's out there, it's running, but it's only about a year old, and it's very different from Call Manager 4.x. The whole web server functionality changed. The web pages look different. Everything's a different feel. So people are more apt to stay with a 4.x version. The 6.x version is the appliance model released for the small to medium businesses. This one does have the option to have a voicemail server integrated with it. In all the other versions, 4.x, 3.x, 5.x, you have to buy an extra voicemail server. Cisco sells one called Cisco Unity. Now in 6.x, they integrate a basic unified messaging server into the Call Manager system, so you can truly buy an all-in-one box. In this series, we are going to focus on the 4.x version, or the Windows platform of Call Manager, the most popular one out there. The last thing that we'll talk about is what makes Call Manager tick. Well, when they released Call Manager 2.4, they released it as an open program, meaning I could pull out any hardware platform that I wanted and install Call Manager on top of it and have an excellent call processing system. But that means that you could, run Call Manager on a laptop. You could run Call Manager on your Bill and Bob's excellent hardware store Frankenstein PC that you put together in your room. The problem with that is that you never know what you're going to get. And the more open you are on the hardware that can run Call Manager, the more susceptible you are to hardware failures, to hardware incompatibilities, to different problems that will be encountered, but Cisco will end up getting blamed for it, meaning, oh, Call Manager crashes all the time. Well, it's not Call Manager, it's the fact that you're on a laptop that's 5 years old. So Cisco, when the 3.x version came out, they said the hardware must now be Cisco approved. There must be a platform that you purchase that Cisco has approved of. Now Cisco, when they released this announcement, and they released a whole line of servers, and you can see them all right here, the MCS servers, 7815, 7816, 7825, all of these are Cisco servers. These are them down here. This is actually the 7815, which is now going away. The only tower version is being end of life. Well, I'll say eventually. It's still out there. But they released these, and immediately conspiracy flags went up everywhere. Everybody, oh, Cisco's trying to make more money by selling us these servers. And Cisco said, no, we're not. These are not our servers. Yes, it has the Cisco logo on every single one in our color scheme, but all they are HP and IBM server lines that are rebranded as our own. And then Cisco quickly released a list of HP and IBM server lines that you could buy that will be acceptable and will install the Cisco Call Manager software. So you can go out and you can buy a Cisco 7825, that's this thin one right up here, that is from Cisco, and you'll probably pay $500 to $800 more than if you bought the same server line from HP or IBM, depending on which product vendor you wanted to go with. So you come to the question, why would I buy an MCS 7825 instead of an IBM X Server 300? I think that's the model that matches up to it. Why would I pay the $500 to $800 more? One simple answer: support. Support is huge for a company. If you have a hardware failure of your Cisco Call Manager system and you bought the IBM X server direct from IBM, you're going to call up Cisco and say, my Call Manager, it broke. And they're going to say, well, sorry, you bought the hardware from IBM. You're going to have to contact IBM and see if they can give you a new server. If you buy the MCS server line from Cisco with the Call Manager software on it, you now have a one-point contact if anything goes wrong with the hardware or the software in Call Manager. And for a lot of businesses, they're thinking, oh, well, $500 more? It's a no-brainer. We're going with all Cisco equipment. The higher you go in the server lines, the more phones and applications each server can support. You get up to the 7845, which looks like this, and you're up to 7,500 phones per server that it is able to support. When I talked about the hardware, I used to talk about the amount of memory and the processor and all that kind of stuff. But those things change so often, even in the MCS server lines. As new advancements in processors come out, they upgrade all their specs. So I just stopped talking about it. Just think those servers have a lot of memory, probably about 2 gigs minimum, and they have a lot of processing power. Those are always being upgraded.